In English football, there's an assist artist turning heads. Not a midfielder, not a forward, but a man wearing the number 31 shirt, gloves on his hands, and guarding the net. Sound strange? It's true. The man in question is Ederson Moraes, who just delivered his 7th Premier League assist from his own half. This wasn't a hopeful punt or a random clearance, it was a pinpoint long ball, accurate to the millimeter, setting up a goal for Jeremy Doku against Crystal Palace. A deliberate assist, no doubt about it, and it's not the first time Ederson's done it, it certainly won't be the last. Even Son Heung-min watching that moment couldn't hide his amazement. It's like Man City have another Kevin De Bruyne. And honestly, since arriving at the Etihad, Ederson has been more than just a shot stopper. He plays the game in his own way, switching the play, distributing, assisting, launching passes that dismantle defensive structures with one sweep of the boot. In an era where the goalkeeper role is being redefined, Ederson stands as the clearest example of that evolution. Since joining Man City in 2017, he's been an irreplaceable cog in Pep Guardiola's possession-based system. His position isn't just inside the box, it's the launch pad for every attack. What sets Ederson apart isn't just his footwork, plenty of modern goalkeepers can pass, but how he turns that skill into a true tactical weapon. He doesn't just clear the ball out of instinct, he passes with purpose to gain a tactical edge. Under pressure, he doesn't panic. He finds pockets of space between the lines and opens up sharp counterattack. Ederson can use either foot to spark an offensive move, whether it's a short pass or a 60-yard bomb with the kind of precision that would make most midfielders jealous. Under Pep, he's become the blueprint for the modern libero goalkeeper, pushing up like a third center back and contributing to dozens of passing sequences every game. While most clubs still play it safe with their keepers, Guardiola flipped the script, building a completely different model. A keeper who doesn't just protect the goal but controls space, tempo, and rhythm. After the recent match, Crystal Palace defender Joachim Andersen put it this way: "You can commit forward knowing Ederson will play a perfectly accurate long ball." And the numbers back it up. With 7 Premier League assists, Ederson holds the all-time record for a goalkeeper in the competition. In the 2024-25 season alone, he already has 4 matching matches, Matthew Anderson and Matheus Nunes, and ranking among City's top 3 assist makers this year. Even more striking, he's level with Martin Odegaard, Arsenal's captain and midfield maestro. To date, goalkeepers across the entire Premier League have only produced 8 assists this season, a rare figure seen only twice before in the 1992-93 and 2007-8 campaigns, and Ederson is the driving force behind that stat. His success isn't about luck or hype. It's the result of a clear tactical vision from a coach who believes creativity can come from any position, and from a goalkeeper bold enough to embrace the pressure of doing what no one else dares. To analysts and pundits, Ederson isn't just a keeper, he's a symbol of the modern football revolution. Most assists start from the final third, but with Ederson they begin from his own penalty area, and that journey is far from over. The Brazilian shot stopper doesn't just make saves, he delivers jaw-dropping long passes. What looks like a harmless goal kick often turns into a deadly weapon under Ederson's boot. In Man City's 5-2 win over Crystal Palace, he showed that magic again. As City pushed for a comeback, he launched a 50-meter ball from his own half, dropping it perfectly at the feet of Morata. With a slick touch, Morata skipped past keeper Dean Henderson and slotted home to make it 4-2. It wasn't a one-off. Just 2 months earlier at the Etihad, Ederson pulled off a similar long ball to set up Omar Mush against Newcastle, his 6th Premier League assist, officially putting him atop the all-time assist chart for goalkeepers in league history. And it's not just a tactical contribution. Those kinds of passes shift the emotional momentum. Against Crystal Palace, Ederson didn't wait for his midfielders to build the play. He took charge, starting the attack from deep, as if to prove that a goal can begin with just one decisive kick from the man in gloves. That long ball cracked the game wide open and paved the way for a Man City victory. Even more remarkable, right after assisting Morata, Ederson went down with an injury and needed medical attention. He tried to carry on for a few more minutes but was forced off in the 72nd minute, making way for Steven Ortega. After the match, Pep Guardiola explained, he felt something after that pass and couldn't continue. That moment said a lot about Ederson's character and spirit, a goalkeeper willing to put his body on the line to make a difference, even when he's not at 100%. He has a knack for choosing the right moment to strike, always composed until the very last second. It's that very style of distribution that keeps opposing defenders on high alert. They're not just dealing with City's midfielders and forwards. They also have to be wary of Ederson's sudden pinpoint attacks from deep. One mistimed step up or a failed offside trap, and the ball's in the back of the net. In Guardiola's system, Ederson is practically the ignition switch for every attack. His shot stopping has never really been questioned, until signs of vulnerability started to emerge. City's dramatic win over Crystal Palace should have been a perfect night for Ederson, setting a new assist record while playing a key role in their Champions League push. But his future at the Etihad is no longer as clear-cut. Back in the summer of 2024, Ederson was linked with clubs in Saudi Arabia, but he stayed put as City hadn't found a replacement. Now, the landscape has shifted. His contract runs through the summer of 2026, but signs of a potential parting are already surfacing. Multiple sources report that Benfica, Ederson's former club, is actively plotting a move to bring him back to Lisbon after 8 years. And it's not just a nostalgic gesture or tribute, it's part of a serious recruitment strategy, especially as Man City are reportedly eyeing Benfica's current keeper, Anatoly Trubin. The 23-year-old Ukrainian has impressed this season with 17 clean sheets and standout distribution, a profile that fits Pep's mold for an Ederson too. Man City are said to be willing to offer around €25 million, 0 cents, for Trubin, well below Benfica's asking price of €40 million, 0 cents. Still, if both clubs are serious, a succession plan could unfold. Ederson returning to his second home, while Trubin steps into Manchester to begin a new chapter. To complicate matters, City's backup keeper, Stefan Ortega, is also in the final year of his contract. Once seen as a potential long-term replacement for Ederson, Ortega's limited playing time has chipped away at his confidence. Now, several European clubs are expressing interest in him. That could leave City in a situation where they need 2 new goalkeepers this summer. With a packed fixture schedule, an expanded Champions League format, and fierce competition on every front, losing both keepers at once would present a major squad-building challenge for City's front office. One more detail adds weight to the idea of an Ederson farewell. If he leaves, City won't just be losing a goalkeeper, they'll be losing a cornerstone of Pep Guardiola's tactical architecture, refined over nearly a decade. From initiating counterattacks from the back to seamless interplay with wide center backs to outright assists, these aren't easy traits to replicate without a direct replacement. And the timing couldn't be more pressing. Kevin De Bruyne, City's other creative engine, is also nearing the end of his journey with the club. The 2 most gifted architects of space and tempo might be writing their final chapters at the same time. Which is why keeping Ederson isn't just a personnel decision, it's a strategic move to preserve the identity of Pep's Manchester City. Ederson has never been your typical goalkeeper, and his legacy in the Premier League can't be measured by saves or clean sheets alone. With 7 assists, the most ever by a keeper in league history, he's redefined what it means to be a shot stopper. At City, he's been the launchpad for every attack, the bridge between Pep's vision and execution on the pitch. Even if Ederson's time at the Etihad is coming to an end, what he's created will endure. And from this point on, no conversation about the best passing goalkeepers in Premier League history will be complete without the name Ederson Moraes.